Hello, my name's Kyle Green with the Greenway Outdoors, and today I'm going to teach you all of the basics and everything you need to know about the Pittman-Robertson Act. Now, it's a self-imposed excise tax. Now, what does that mean? It means that hunters came together in the 1930s and said, we are not treating wildlife properly. Hunters in massive numbers were decimating populations, and we were getting to the point where North America was running out of wildlife, and Teddy Roosevelt knew we needed to do something about it. Now, what is a self-imposed excise tax? What it means is hunters came together and legislation was passed that we would literally tax ourselves on the sale of ammunition and hunting supplies. Now, the reason for that was because we needed to come together, and as we were using the outdoors and taking advantage of the outdoors, we would tax ourselves through that equipment to give back to fund wildlife agencies across the United States. Federal aid in the Wildlife Research Act of 1937, the act provides funding for the selection, restoration, and improvement of wildlife habitat and for wildlife management research. Now, the act was amended in 1970 to include funding for hunter education programs and for development of operation of public target ranges. Funds from the act come from an 11% federal excise tax on sporting arms, ammunition, and archery equipment, and a 10% tax on handguns. 1/2 of the excise tax on handguns and archery equipment is used for the hunter education and target ranges. These funds are collected from the manufacturers and distributed each year to the states and territorial areas by the Department of the Interior. Each state's proportion of the federal funds is based on the area of the state and the number of licensed hunters in the state. Now, the state covers the full amount of the approved projects and then applies for reimbursement through federal aid for up to 75%. Now, you'll find in states like Idaho and even Michigan that oftentimes 75% of the funding comes from the federal expense and the other 25% comes from the sale of licenses statewide. So all those numbers sound real cool, but let's break it down. When you go to the store and you purchase archery equipment, okay, let's say you buy a new bow, you can guarantee that 11% of those funds are going to go back to federal funding through the Pittman-Robertson Act, meaning there's an 11% increase in the actual item. Now, you won't see that. If the bow says $299 and you check out, you're just going to pay your state tax on top of that number. It's already built into the price. Now, that money is going to come back to the company. Let's say you bought a Matthews bow, then Matthews would take that 11% and then give it to the federal government. At that point, the money will be divided up to the different states based on the hunting licenses sold and the amount of area that they have to help conserve. So what does this mean for your local state? It means when you buy a hunting and fishing license, those funds directly help the state, but also help them ask for more money for more projects because there's more hunters in the area. So always be sure to buy your hunting and fishing licenses. In addition, you can feel good knowing that when you buy outdoor equipment, you're giving back to help conservation. There's always more you can do, but financially, it's a really needed resource, and we thank you for it. Now that you know the basics of the Pittman-Robertson Act, feel comfortable going to your local Bass Pro Shops and picking up some more gear. I'm Kyle Green. Thanks for tuning in, and stay green.
Thank you for watching this how-to video, which is part of the Greenway Outdoors Outdoor Education Series. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more outdoor education content. Also, check out the Greenway Outdoors podcast, Huntcast, and official TV show. Visit thegreenwayoutdoors.com for more information.